All right, boys, we are back for episode 4 of the Winnipeg Jets series, and we are in the playoffs. If you guys missed out on last episode, we finished the season, I believe, 50, 29 and 3. That's right. Mark Scheifele went point per game, and it was all around a really good season. We also went out around the trade deadline and acquired a defenseman to bolster the team, and that was Jonas Brodin, who's going to be playing on that first line with Josh Morrissey right now. Also, I got a comment in the last one. We'll just go straight to the comments right now. Why not? But Alexander, once again commenting, thank you very much, Alexander, says, great acquisitions. DeMello and Hinola should both probably play in the top 4 above Dylan, who actually sucks aside from the physical category. Bring on the playoffs. So Hinola and Dylan both to play above Brendan Dillon. Did I say Dylan? I meant DeMello, excuse me. Brendan Dillon, he has decent defensive category, which is why I put him up there. He's a defensive defenseman paired alongside an offensive defenseman, which I kind of like. But we always like to follow what you guys suggest down there in the comments. So let's go with Dylan DeMello, who's also a defensive defenseman, I think. So that can keep that going right there. So we'll have Josh Morrissey, Jonas Brodin, Neil Pionk, Dylan DeMello, Ville Hinola, Brendan Dillon for the defense. Offense, I'll give you guys a quick look. We're going to keep it the same for now. These boys did their thing in the last season. We had 50 wins on the year, and then between the pipes is the 91 overall Connor Hellebuck. So going to be looking for big things out of him, because in the first round we have a story, boys. Let's all settle down, sit down, gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song, as the great SpongeBob once said. But anyways, here we go. We're facing the Chicago Blackhawks in round number 1, and their team is kind of scary. In the real world, definitely not a playoff team, but this man right here in the middle has grown to an 89 overall. That medium franchise title really gets guys growing. He has Make It Snappy. He grew that over the the course of the season, I suppose. With shock and awe, beauty backhand, close quarters, and skilled up. So obviously a very skilled player, but playing alongside of Taylor Radish and Ryan Donato. Our first line is much more deep than theirs. Second line now, Taylor Hall, Tyler Johnson, and Patrick Kane. So it's pretty surprising that they don't have Kane and Bedard on the same line. Maybe they want to spread out the wealth. They don't want two snipers on the same line as each other, which I can kind of understand. But Taylor Hall, I would assume, would be up with Bedard or Patrick Kane. That would be a much better first line than what they have. Third line now, Jonathan Toews in the center. So the Blackhawks went out in free agency, and if you guys don't know the story, this is what happened. We saw Patrick Kane in free agency. We said, hey man, we know we're up in the north. You don't like the cold very much, but you American boy, we're going to give you $5.31 million to come and join our team for the year. Patrick Kane turned around and slapped us across the face for that disgusting offer, decided to sign in Chicago for $3.910 million. So about $1.5 million less dollars than what we were offering him. He signs less in Chicago, wanted to come back home, so now we're going to show him why that was a bad mistake. They also go out and sign Jonathan Toews in free agency to a 1-year, $1.245 deal, and I think Zach Parise in free agency to a league minimum deal, basically. So this is a real veteran line. I like this third line a lot. Zach Parise, Jonathan Toews, Corey Perry, super veteran line down there. Then Andres Athanasiou on the fourth line, Sam Gagner and Nick Foligno. So they have some players for sure, but I think this is where we can get them on defense. Yeah, their defense is rough. Kevin Korchinski up to an 80 overall, good stuff. Seth Jones, 87, obviously. Then Philip Ruse and Connor Murphy. So their second D pairing is rough, and their third is even worse. Jared Tenorti at 76, Nikita Zadorov at 80. So if we can beat them anywhere, it's there. And the goaltending, only an 82 overall Peter Mrazek with 80 overall Arvid Soderblom backing him up. So they have a good forward core, but the defense really struggling, and they don't have those like 83, 84 overall type guys very much. Like where our lineup is full of basically 83 and 84s on our middle six. They do have an 89 Patrick Kane, but then other than that, I mean, Good third line, but not great. Just good because they have some legends out there, but I am still confident in our team. So with all that being said, guys, we've looked at both of these teams. We finished the season 3-7-0. They finished 6-3-1. So basically, a bit of an inverse there. But we also finished the season with 7 more wins than them. So we're going to try to assert our dominance here early. We're up in Canada, in Winnipeg, at Canada Life Center. It's April 21st. It's game 1 of round number 1 in our tenure here in Winnipeg. Let's get this show on the road, ladies and gents. Here we go. First period. I do simulate by periods if this is your first time watching a playoff video, so let's go. Connor Bedard's going to open things up. First period finishes 1-0. Connor Bedard's goal is the only one that stands on Connor Hellebuyck. Second period now underway, and we tie things up. Nino Niederreiter, we get some depth scoring out of our boys. Come on, guys. We're being destroyed by these guys. 29 shots to 18. We got to buy Connor Hellebuyck a beer after this game, but Taylor Hall on their power play is going to score to give the Chicago Blackhawks a 2-1 lead late in the period. We tie it up though. Nikolai Ehlers takes a shot from the slot, and he's going to tie things up on Peter Mrazek. I mean, Connor Hellebuyck here has been playing his mind, man. He's playing so well. And is it? Yes, it is. Game 1, round 1. It's overtime. Well, here we are, Canada Life Center. They once again see another playoff berth from their Winnipeg Jets here. And we're going to get this party started with Mark Scheifele on the forecheck up there against Seth Jones to Kyle Connor. Hang on, the boys trying to start something early. Mark Scheifele in the slot. What a save from Peter Mrazek. Here's Josh Morrissey now to Kyle Connor. The Jets looking to punish this first line. There's Josh Morrissey in the slot, but Peter Mrazek going to hang on to that one. This is a big offensive zone draw here. Scheifele, the wily veteran, up against Connor Bedard, and Bedard, who in the real world kind of struggling in the faceoff circle. He's going to be able to win that one, and it's a big faceoff there as the pressure was building for Winnipeg in our favor. There's Korchinski with a shot, saved though by Hellebuyck, and the Winnipeg Jets going to try to get this puck out. I'm going to change lines here. I think it's a good time to do it. Try to keep our first line fresh so that they can go out up against Patrick Kane's line. I think that's probably a good idea. Just to try to stifle them. There's a slap shot, but saved by Peter Mrazek, and Bedard will move this puck out. Cole Perfetti with it now. Perfetti moving across the blue line. He's in space, takes a shot, saved though by Mrazek. Iafallo picks it up and gets stripped by Taylor Radish, who now comes down the other way. Adam Lowry with it now. Lowry tries to find something. There's Patrick Kane, but he's going to get stuffed by Nikolai Ehlers. Kyle Connor now sends that over, but Taylor Hall, will pick that up. Slap shot, saved though by Connor Hellebuyck. And now looking in front to Patrick Kane. What a save from Connor Hellebuyck. That's a massive one. And we will get a defensive zone draw. Big win from Mark Scheifele there. Jonathan Toews was facing him in the faceoff circle, but that's a big win. There's Mark Scheifele to Kyle Connor, one-timer saved by Mrazek. Let's get that third line out there. Adam Lowry, he's going to win that to Josh Morrissey. Morrissey now with a shot. It's Connor Murphy getting board played. This could be dangerous, and it might be as the pressure builds. Roos is going to get that puck out of the zone, the 77 overall, I believe. I don't know how to say his name either, so I apologize if I'm saying it incorrectly. Lowry over the blue line. Tries to center it, but Corey Perry, the veteran, will pick that puck up. And this third line, man, they are playoff performers for sure. There's Zach Parise with a shot, saved, though, by Connor Hellebuyck. Taylor Radish coming down. He's going to find Parise on the slot shot, saved by Hellebuyck. And now Connor Bedard with it to Taylor Radish. Radish finds Connor Murphy to Zach Parise. Back up to Radish. Shot and tipped in front by the young Connor Bedard, who's going to get his first game-winning goal for the Chicago Blackhawks, Connor Bedard with 2 goals in his first ever playoff game, trying to live up to the hype and doing a good job in this one. The Jets fall 1-0 in the series to the Chicago Blackhawks. And we're back here in the menus now after that 3-2 loss. The boys a bit dejected here. We lose on home ice as well, so it's kind of rough. I don't know if I should make any changes, and let me look through the lines real quick. It's actually the first line here that was -1, -2 out there. Kyle Connor only played 10 minutes of time on ice per night. What the heck? Or he only played 10 minutes and 18 seconds in that game. Why did he get injured a little bit? That's really scary, actually. So Gabriel Velarde played a lot. Yeah, I guess Man, that's weird. Jason Zucker also down here, who I was not that impressed with. Josh Morrissey, Jonas Brodin did well. Neil Pionk and Dylan DeMello did not do well. So let's try Ville Heinola up there instead of Dylan DeMello. We'll get a -1 on that second or third line, but I don't really care. But this man, Connor Hellebuyck, made 43 saves in that game. So we're not mad at him whatsoever. He's trying to keep us in it as much as he can. So let's get a win for Connor Hellebuyck here. We're still in Winnipeg. Excuse me, I did not mean to do that. Still in Winnipeg. Chicago, they're a young team, but we've been here before. They are very, very young. They have some veterans, that third line especially. Also Patrick Kane. Actually, they're a pretty old team. Well, no, they're not old, but they do have some experience. Their defensive core, though, that's where we need to strike. We need to take advantage of that young defensive core. In the rest of the league, let's see. Colorado up by 2. The Edmonton Oilers and Anaheim tied. Vancouver up. All right, fair enough. Boston, Detroit, Carolina all up, and then the Battle of New York down there tied at 1. That would be a fun series to see. All right, but back to our series up against Chicago. Game number 2. Let's get this underway. Also, hang on, before we start this one, I got to do my mandatory speech about this video. You will see that it is about an hour and a half in length, roughly, maybe an hour 45, maybe an hour 20, maybe an hour 15, something around there. And that is to throw you guys off. When I watched my own GM modes, of the creators that I really liked, I always hated if the video was like 20 minutes. Yeah, I know you're out in the first round. What's the point in watching and being invested in the series? But this way you guys can get excited because we're down in the series 1-0 already. Maybe if this was like a 20-minute video, you'd be like, oh well, he probably gets swept right here. But in this, the way that I do it here is that we make the video super long, so we could come back and win the whole Stanley Cup. Being down 1-0 in the first round doesn't matter. I also do the entire playoffs in one video. I know some people just do one round, but I like to do the entire playoffs in its entirety. So we will do that, but first we have to worry about the Chicago Blackhawks. This is game number 2. I'm looking for that first line to produce a little bit more here. They were -2, -1, and Kyle Connor only played 10 minutes of time on ice, so that hurt us. There's Nino Niederreiter with his second of the series, and the first period finishes 1-0, and Chicago only with 7 shots. We also have to limit their shots. They threw everything on the net in that first one, so let's try to stomp on that this game, boys. Second period now, and it's 2-2 tie. Patrick Kane gets his first back with the Chicago Blackhawks, and Taylor Hall going to score as well. David Gustafsson, though, on that fourth line, or maybe it's third line, chipping in with some offense. That third line has been quite good if Gustafsson is on that third line. We get this third period underway here, and a power play for the Blackhawks. We kill it off, thank goodness, but then Sam Gagner right after the power play is going to score, and now we're in trouble here, but we're going to score on the power play. Josh Morrissey to tie things up at 3, then Mark Scheifele right after that, 10 seconds later, is going to give us the advantage. Up 4-3 now are the Winnipeg Jets, and then Nino Niederreiter makes it up by 2. Then we score another one on the power play on the empty net, and that's a 6-3 victory for the Winnipeg Jets. Thank you, offense, for showing up in that third period. We were down at 1.32. We come back with 4. That's a huge third period, an explosion of offense. I know we can do that. Nino Niederreiter, that third line is playing very well. Niederreiter with 3 points, Ehlers with 2, Scheifele with 2. But look at this, they're -2. Despite having 2 points, they're -2. So that first line, I'm really not impressed with them. Morrissey and Brodin as well. That's scary stuff, man. It's really scary, but we do have a lot of points out of the boys. We've won that game. Niederreiter, Gustafsson, Gabriel Velarde are our 3 stars of the night. Keep an eye on that first line, but for right now, we're going to go into game number 3 in Chicago in the United Center. Let's get this game underway. Avs up by 3. Nobody else is. Okay. So, game number 3, we're in Chicago, in the Windy City. Let's go here. Winnipeg, come on, boys. Let's be spoilers on their home ice. We've got to take 1 on the road at least, because they took 1 on our home ice. So let's go. First period, 4-1 for the Winnipeg Jets. Scheifele gets 2. Adam Lowry gets a goal, and Brendan Dillon also gets a goal. Jonathan Toews, in his return to Chicago in the playoffs at least, he's going to get 1 as well. So that first line heard my criticisms, and they answered with 4 in like 15 minutes. That's crazy stuff. Let's go. Second period now. 6-2 Chicago. Let's go. Mark Scheifele and Cole Perfetti gets his first playoff goal in our tenure at least, and we're up 6-2. That's what I like to see, boys. We can deal with this team. We can score on them at the very least because their defense is miserable. So we can definitely score on this team. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to. Halfway through this third period now, and the lead looks like it's pretty secure. Not worried about that one with Connor Hellebuyck behind us, and we get 40 shots, 6 goals for a 6-2 victory. That's what I like to see. 3 stars of the night. Scheifele with the hat trick, Ehlers with 4 assists, Kyle Connor with 3 assists. So when I get a little mad at them, I pull them aside in the locker room. I say, hey boys, wake up, come on, we got to get we need a good performance out of you guys. They deliver me Scheifele delivers me 3 goals, and we have many assists from the other boys as well. So that's a massive game right there. And in the past 2 games, we've outscored them 12-5. So I like that stat for sure. We're still in the United Center. This is the difference between a 3-1 lead for us or a 2-2 tie. So this is a big game, actually. And I'd love if we could steal both of the games on the road. That'd be very nice. So we're going to jump into it. Game number 4 here. And the first period goes to Chicago. Corey Perry, it's his first of the series, I believe. And the Chicago Blackhawks up 1-0. Second period now, and yikes, Chicago up 3-1 now. Dylan DeMello tied us up, but then Ryan Donato on the power play, and then Jonathan Toews, even strength, gonna score. And Connor Hellebuyck has allowed 3 goals on 24 shots. Not the end of the world. I know we can score on Peter Mrazek, so let's try to do it right here, boys. We need an explosive third period. We've had them before, but instead Toews gets his second of the night, and then Patrick Kane as well. And this game is over. No way we're scoring. Hang on, Cole Perfetti wants to shut me up a little bit when I'm up there in the press box. Also, we've taken quite a few penalties, which I don't like. But yeah, man, Connor Hellebuyck lets in a 5 on 34. We're gonna stay with him. Obviously, we don't really have a choice about that. He's got to play. So that's a rough game right there. That's a 5-2 loss. Who are the culprits here in our plus-minus category? The first line. So the first line's had 1 good game. Other than that, they've been bad. So I might want to split them up, actually, for our return to Winnipeg. Toews with 2 goals, Mrazek with 34 saves, and Zach Parise with 3 assists. Yeah, that third line, I did point them out. I was like, yeah, man, they can definitely be a problem for us if we give them the chance. So now we're tied at 2s. The rest of the Western Conference teams, they're all finished. Out in the East, it's a little more competitive out there in Battle of New York in Game 6. Same with Boston. 2-2 tie for Detroit and Toronto. So now we've got to try to shake things up a little bit. I'm not liking what I'm seeing out of the first line at all. This second line has been pretty good. Maybe we move Gabriel Velarde up. We move... Who's been the worst? Scheifele had that hat trick. Kyle Connor has not really done anything. Nikolai Ehlers is our point man. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm putting Kyle Connor down to the second line. I know he's like supposed to be, our best player, but he's not playing very well right now. So he's going to have to deal with the consequences. This third line's been amazing for us. Not going to move that. And then the fourth line, minus, and they don't have any points either. Jason Zucker. Maybe Jason Zucker goes up to the second line. But the second line's been okay. So maybe we keep that, and Morgan Barron comes out for... Who's our scratched players? Let's see. Mason Appleton. Yeah, we'll give him a shot. Okay, I like that. We lose the +2, but I'm okay with it. Actually, we can get it back over here. Okay. I like that. Defensively now, Morrissey and Brodin. Dylan DeMello is a -3. Dylan DeMello. Yikes. Okay. Who's our scratch players? Logan Stanley. Do we give Logan Stanley a chance? I mean, maybe. Maybe we should. I don't like -3 down there. Billy Hinola is a +4. He's doing well. This first line, also, I'm not sure about that. Maybe we can split them up. But I don't want a -2 in the playoffs, at least. Yeah. Okay, let's take Dylan DeMello out of there, and let's try for Logan Stanley. How about that? Gets us a 0. Okay, let's do it. We'll give Logan Stanley a chance. If it doesn't work, we can go back to the lines. Connor Hellebuyck has played very well for us so far. 909 save percentage. 3.20. I'd like to see that come down a little bit, but that's a team stat, so here we go. Game number 5, we are in Winnipeg. The series is tied at 2 despite us having a much better regular season. So come on, boys. I need a big win out of you. This is a huge game right here. And I need the boys to perform. So let's go. First period. 2-1 for Winnipeg. I love to see it. Josh Morrissey and David Gustafson, that third line, getting it done. Nick Foligno on their fourth line going to score to bring them back in this game. Or at least try to bring them back in this game. All right, that's a good first period. I'm still looking for my top 6 to produce for me, though. They have not, I mean, Josh Morrissey has a few goals, but he's on defense. I'm looking for the top 6 forwards to produce. Kyle Connor, you got demoted to that second line. Show me that you want to be promoted once again for next game. So let's go. Second period. 4-2. There we go. Logan Stanley and Adam Lowry. Once again, Logan Stanley gets put into the lineup, and he's going to score for us. That's huge. Get some depth scoring out of the boys. And Adam Lowry as well, third line center. Patrick Kane on the power play scores. I'm not worried about the power play. So let's go. We're up by 2. Connor Hellebuyck, please keep our 2-goal lead. You can't allow 2 in the playoffs. You got to be able to shut the door. So this is a game where I should feel confident that we can bring this one home. And I do, but it's just a little bit nerve-wracking with their dynamic offense. And there's Sam Gagner, who tries to turn the clock back. He gets another one, and then Connor Bedard ties it up. Oh my God, Hellebuyck, you got to be able to shut the door. Now we're on a power play. We kill that off. Come on, boys. What are we doing out there? Oh my goodness. And then Roos, the 77 overall defenseman, is going to score to give Chicago Blackhawks the win? Are you kidding me, Hellebuyck? Oh my God. Hellebuyck allows 3 goals in the third period. I don't care that he has 42 shots on net, man. I don't care. That's ridiculous. A 91 overall goalie, and you can't shut the door? You're getting paid $8.5 million. Come on, you bum. Oh my God, that's rough. Lowry, Gustafson, and Brodin are the 3 stars for the night. Holy. And Kyle Connor is once again nowhere to be found. I mean, this team just feels so cursed, man. Kupari, Neil Pionk, Mark Scheifele's a -1. Like, the stars are not playing. The stars are not playing. We're getting depth scoring, but look at this. Kyle Connor with nothing. Gabriel Velarde with nothing. Cole Perfetti with nothing. Neil Pionk with nothing. Okay, Mark Scheifele 1 assist, but Nikolai Ehlers is an assist as well. I mean, and then we look at Chicago, and what? Connor Bedard gets like the game-winning goal once again. Connor Bedard with 2 points. Patrick Kane with 2 points. Taylor Hall with 2 points. The other guys, but those are their big players, and they're scoring for them. So I need my players to play like their players were, man. This is outrageous. And now we're down 3-2 in the series. Next game, I mean, could be the last one. Kniazev's fully back. Yeah, sure, whatever. Oh my gosh. But the thing is, we were up 4-2 in that game. So it makes me not want to make many changes, because I know that we allow 5 goals, but we're up 4-2. We had a good chance to win. It's just Connor Hellebuyck decided that he was going to be like Jack Campbell in 2023, man. Like, good Lord. Gabriel Velarde, what did you do on the... I mean, you're still a plus. You didn't really do anything, though. Jason Zucker, you're -2. I think Mason Appleton was -2 that game. Yeah, that's unacceptable. We got to get him out of there. We'll throw Morgan Barron back in, because you can't be a -2. Can't be a -2 in one game. It's unacceptable. Adam Lowry, this third line's been good. I don't want to move them. Okay, what do I do here? What do I do? I need to make a move. Alex Iafallo has not done anything. Cole Perfetti has. Gabriel Velarde has. Velarde as a center? Velarde can play center, right? Yeah. Mark Scheifele then. -3 from Mark Scheifele. I mean, Kyle Connor has not... Yeah, I think I like the lines like this. Defensively now, what do we do? Logan Stanley got a goal for us. Brendan Dillon still 0. I think I want to keep them how they are. Yeah, I don't know what else to do. I don't know what changes to make here, guys. We're a better team. We should be better than them. Cole Perfetti, maybe not getting it done. Maybe we put Adam Lowry, promote him. But I don't want to move the third. Like, the third line's been playing very well. I don't want to change it. But I think I have to make some kind of change. I'm bringing Adam Lowry up. Maybe some leadership can help these guys out, because good Lord, they need something up there. Rasmus Kupari, I mean, not really doing anything, but he's not hurting us too badly. Only a -1, 6 games. David Gustafson doing crazy things, man. Gustafson's going to want a nuts contract, isn't he? Let's see that, actually. I don't want to stray too far away from the importance of this game, but I'm just kind of interested in that. We were listed as a buyer, and we're going to be out in the first round, it feels like. Let's see, David Gustafson, he does want an extension, and he wants 1.5 mil. That's crazy. What about Cole Perfetti? How much does he want now? 1 year, six. Okay, we can give him an extension, actually. We can give him like a 4-year deal. Okay, keep that in mind. All right, let's go. I need a good game out of you guys. Those are the changes. We throw in Adam Lowry up to the second line. Defense stays how it is. Connor Hellebuck, you're 91 overall goalie. You're making $8.5 million. I need a good game out of you. I don't care what the offense brings me. You need to win me a game. That's just simple as that. A good goalie, look at Carey Price, look at Henrik Lundqvist. They'll win you a game in the playoffs. So, Hellebuck, I'm calling on you. Also, top 6, I'm calling on you. Mark Scheifele, Kyle Connor. You boys need to step up. Kyle Connor and Mark Scheifele, I know you had that hat trick, but other than that, you've been silent as of the night. So let's go. Come on, Winnipeg. We're in Chicago. We're going to give our fans another game. I know we are. So let's go here. First period. Chicago, Connor Bedard is dominating us right now. There's a lot of Connor in this series. Connor Hellebuck, Connor Bedard, Kyle Connor. So it gets a little tough to narrate this, but here we go. Bedard scores for the Blackhawks to give his team a 1-0 lead on 10 shots. Hellebuck, you can allow that one. I don't want any more. We're going to slow sim the rest of this game here, as long as, it's an elimination game for us, so we might as well. Winnipeg, we need some offense, boys, and that's Taylor Hall. And we're going to get beat out by the Blackhawks in round number 1. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, boys? We had a 50-win season. We're going to lose in round 1? We brought in Jonas Brodin. We brought in Jason Zucker. I mean, what is going on? Where are my offense? Where's Kyle Connor? Where's Mark Scheifele? Where's Nikolai Ehlers? Where's Josh Morrissey? What are you guys doing out there? Oh my gosh, third period. Let's go. Wake up. Oh, wow. And Zach Parise, the 40-year-old Zach Parise is going to get a third goal on me. And we're going to get shut out. Are you kidding me? This dynamic offense that we have with Kyle Connor, with Mark Scheifele. Are you joking? We're going to get destroyed in round 1 to the lowly Chicago Blackhawks, who aren't even going to make the playoffs in real life. They signed Patrick Kane miraculously, and all of a sudden, they can make the playoffs, and I'm stuck with a 50-win team, and I lose in 6 games? Well, 34 shots, and we get shut out by the 82 overall Peter Mrazek. Oh no, it wasn't even Peter Mrazek. It's the 80 overall Arvid Soderblom who gets in the net and puts on a Dominic Hasek-like performance. Are you joking me? Connor Bedard 2 points, Taylor Hall 2 points. Chicago Blackhawks, get the heck out of my face. You guys win, we lose. You're better than us. Whatever. This is ridiculous. I'm disgusted from this. I almost just ended the video right there. I'm not even gonna lie. Wow. Oh my god. Disgusting performance. No passion out there. No passion whatsoever. We need some like Ryan Getzlaf type players. We need a good old Canadian boy. Look at this, Nikolai Ehlers from Denmark. Mark Scheifele. I'm so disappointed in you. Canadian. Only 4 goals. Okay, 4 goals, 6 points in 6 games is good, don't get me wrong. But he's a -4. He's getting toasted out there by the rookie Connor Bedard. Yeah, I get Connor Bedard's a good player, whatever. But Mark Scheifele, you're a 31-year-old vet. You're supposed to be a big boy. You're 6'3". You can dominate Connor Bedard. Just throw him into the boards, dude. I don't care. Oh my god, that's horrible. That is so awful. Gabriel Velarde. Can't complain too much about him. He's an 84 overall with 5 points. Kyle Connor also. So disappointed in Kyle Connor, the American, of course. Of course he's American. Sorry, my inner Don Cherry is coming out right now. 3 points in 6 games for a first liner. I mean, what are you doing out there? Are you even trying? Are you even trying? The city of Winnipeg's disappointed in you, Kyle Connor. Adam Lowry got moved up to the second line. Yeah, whatever. All these other guys. When Nino Niederreiter's like one of our point leaders. I mean, come on. Good lord, Cole Perfetti did nothing for me. David Gustafson also. What a performance from David Gustafson. He's going to get a contract. I don't care. Jason Zucker, what a disappointing signing. We traded for him at the trade deadline. Nothing in -3. Yeah, I get he's on the 4th line. I don't care. No points in 6 games for Jason Zucker. You should be a depth beast for us. When David Gustafson, the 79 overall, is getting more points than you? Come on, boy. What the heck is that? Here's Rasmus Kupari, Morgan Barron, not expecting too much out of them. What about here? Josh Morrissey, 3 points in 6 games, +3. Same thing with Jonas Brodin, 3 points in 6 games, +2. It's not their fault. They're out there 30 minutes a night almost, 26 minutes a night. That's not their fault. Neil Pionk, a bit disappointing in you. I wanted to see, 3 points maybe. Is that so much to ask? Ville Heinola did well. Ville Heinola, not his fault. 2 points. 2 points +3. Not mad at him. What about here? Logan Stanley. Did Ville Heinola draw? No, he did not. Okay. Logan Stanley, brought him in for 1 game. He had a goal. He's a -1, but who did we take out? Dylan DeMello was a -3. So he also had 1 goal. It's not a crazy difference right there. Brendan Dillon, 7 penalty minutes. Maybe I should have taken him out, actually. Yeah, that's probably a bad coaching decision. And then Connor Hellebuck. Connor, you had the chance. You had the chance to get us the win. We were up 4-2. Why should I be worried, right? We're up 4-2 against the lowly Chicago Blackhawks in game number 5. A chance to go up 3-2 in the series. And what does Connor Hellebuck do? He shows me why Winnipeg has had 0 success in these playoffs. Yeah, I know. He collapses for 3 goals against in the 3rd period. That's unbelievable. And it's unacceptable. You're about to get paid $8.5 million for the next 7 years, Connor Hellebuck. I need more out of you. Oh, goodness. That's so infuriating. We have a great season. We have a 50-win season, and we end up losing in the first round. Are you joking me? All right, I'll come back when we have actually, maybe I'll come back at no, I'll come back when we have like a Stanley Cup winner. I also have to do some scouting, though, so disappointing, very disappointing series. And now the Chicago Blackhawks are tied 2-2 against the Colorado Avalanche. Yeah, right. Do they win? No, they don't. Okay. It's going to be, what's our Stanley Cup final? It's going to be Colorado against either Washington or Carolina. So that's actually pretty realistic. The Oilers not making it to the Western Conference Finals the way they're playing, but that's fairly realistic for sure. Let me do some scouting, though. All right, guys, I'm here in the contract screen. I've settled down a little bit. I'm not as angry as I was before, and I think I want to sign Ville Heinola to an extension. He played really well for us in the regular season. He was in the playoffs, he was a +3 as well on we had a rough go in the playoffs. He also was a +27 in the regular season, so I think I want to do this Ville Heinola for 2 years, maybe 3 years. Now, let's go 2 years for Ville Heinola. And we can get him at 2 years, $2 million. I think that's a pretty good deal for Ville Heinola. A good little bridge deal. And then Cole Perfetti, for some reason, is asking for so much money right now. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to wait. He's an RFA. We can just qualify him, sign him in the offseason if we have to. I'm just going to wait for him. He wants way too much money. His contract demands will come down, hopefully. But at least that does mean that he'll probably get a jump up here. So this is what the playoffs look like. We're going to simulate to the end, towards the draft. And I'll show you guys who was the winners of the Stanley Cup and there we go. Ville Heinola's on, so that's great. Love to see that. So we will show you who wins the Stanley Cup. We will also show you retirements and the draft lottery and, things like that. And look at that. Wow. Washington wins the Stanley Cup. Ovechkin gets his 2nd ring. You love to see that if you are a hockey fan right there. Okay, and let's see. So remember, we sent our pick to, we're not in the draft lottery, obviously, because we made the playoffs. But remember, we don't have a first-round pick this year. So Arizona gets number 1, Chicago, who made it to the 2nd round. They get Tampa Bay's 1st round pick and they move up to number 2. So they're going to have Bedard, Patrick Kane, and whoever they pick at number 2. That's nuts. San Jose also, they get Pittsburgh's 1st round pick and they're going to move up to number 3. Ottawa moves down to 4, San Jose at 5, and everybody else stays the same. So that's kind of interesting. Next up is retired players. So let's see, did anybody retire? Usually year number 1, I don't think many people retire. Joe Thornton calls it a career. Obviously an incredible, Hall of Fame worthy career out of him. Played 1,700 games. Wayne Simmons also, Brian Little, Brendan Dubinsky, Anton Strawman, Jason Demers, legends out here. And then goalie-wise, nobody retires. So Carey Price does not call it a career quite yet. I don't know why, but coach retirements now, I don't think there's anybody from our team. No, there's not. So we're still good there. Draft interviews, I don't do draft interviews. Pro scout calling. All right, and so let's take a look. First off, obviously, congratulations to the Washington Capitals for being the Stanley Cup champions. You love to see it. So Washington, obviously, Vegas won last year. That's kind of funny. That's like a little rematch from the 2019, 2018 Stanley Cup Finals? The year Ovi won it. I don't know, because Washington and Vegas played in the finals, and now they're the last two teams to win a Stanley Cup. Anyways, President's Trophy went to the New York Rangers. It was Colorado versus the Washington Capitals in the Stanley Cup Finals. The Art Ross Trophy goes to Jack Hughes. Goodness, I forgot about that. Hart Memorial to Connor McDavid. James Norris goes to Adam Fox. Cool. Lady Byng to Jack Hughes as well. Calder goes to Connor Bedard, obviously. TJ Oshie wins the Conn Smythe. Oh my goodness, TJ Oshie must have had a great year. Okay, at least we do get an award. Connor Hellebuck does win the Vezina Trophy and the Jennings, so we did have a good defensive team, just didn't show up for us in the playoffs, which is unfortunate. Hakanpää wins the Bill Masterton. Ryan O'Reilly wins the Selke Classic. Ted Lindsay goes to Connor McDavid. Maurice Richard goes to Alex Ovechkin. So congratulations to all those players. Usual suspects out there. Now let's look at the playoff tree. Let's look how Washington won it. So they win in 7 against the Bruins. So the Bruins once again losing in round 1 in an untimely manner. Then Washington goes on to round number 2, where they beat the Red Wings in 5, who beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. So Toronto, after making it to the second round, their first round woes come back to life. Then they beat the Hurricanes in 7, and then the Avs in 7. So that's pretty crazy. Who's the biggest loser of the playoffs? It's the Anaheim Ducks, I think. Anaheim lost to... No, it's not the Anaheim Ducks. It's the Vegas Golden Knights, I think. Because Vegas lost to Vancouver, who lost to Edmonton, who lost to Colorado, who lost to the Washington Capitals. So tough run for Vegas, who got swept out in 4. We obviously lost to Chicago, who lost to the Avalanche, who lost to the Stanley Cup winners. So... real tough playoff run from us. If you guys want to take a look at the player stats, we can do that as well. Let's look at our stats first of all. We played 6 games. Nikolai Ehlers had the most points, followed up by Nino Niederreiter. So this guy, maybe he gets a contract in the offseason. I don't know, man. We don't have much money to play with either. Remember that. There's Mark Scheifele, Adam Lowry as well. Our captain showed up for us big time, which I am happy about. David Gustafsson is next. Like when David Gustafsson's tied with like 4th in our team for most points. I mean, I still haven't seen Kyle Connor. I still haven't seen, well, that's kind of it, actually. Kyle Connor is a big guy. There's Josh Morrissey, Cole Perfetti, Kyle Connor's down here with 3, Jonas Brodin with 3, Ville Heinola with 2, and then all the rest of the guys down here. Neil Pionk, I'm quite disappointed with, to be honest with you. And then goalies, I don't even want to look at this. These numbers are not fantastic. 900 save percentage, 3.48 goals against average. You need more out of your goalie in the playoffs for sure. Entire league now. Let's take a look at all skaters. Ovi, okay, so they decided to give the Conn Smythe to TJ Oshie despite Ovi having more points and more goals. All right, Ovi might have just got robbed there a little bit. He had a 60-goal season, one more season until he beats Gretzky's record. Nathan McKinnon also with 24. I mean, that's just a dynamite final round there, I'm sure. Dylan Strome also, wow, Dylan Strome with 22 points in 26 games. Crazy. Kuznetsov, Mikko Rantanen might have got injured. Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, John Carlson, Cale Makar. Okay, the usual guys out here. Andrei Svechnikov. I thought that was Evgeny Svechnikov for a second. That's why I paused so long. It's Andrei Svechnikov, which makes sense. Ryan Johansson at an 83 overall had 18 points in 22 games. Can we get scoring like that from our top guys? Good lord. Max Pacioretty always simulates well. But there we go. Those are the guys who performed. And now we've finished the playoffs. I mean, usually, if you guys watched the Ottawa Senators gem mode, we made some runs in there. So I'm not used to us being out so early. We'll just take a look at the draft. Well, obviously, we don't have a first round pick. I'll show you which picks we do have. And if there's anybody maybe we can trade up for, but I don't know who we would trade, to be honest. I'm not trading Cole Perfetti or guys like that. So we have the 40th or so pick. It's the, hang on, quick math. It's the 47th overall selection, I think, in the second round. Well, the 47th overall selection in total, but second round, pick 15. So let's take a look at the draft class, see if there's any potential guys who I want to pin. Francisco Gordon from the USA is going to go first overall. Berkeley Catton second. Sam Dickinson. Tanner Howe. It's a name I don't recognize, actually. 1 year away. Okay, cool. Aaron Kiwi-Haru. Tarek Paraskak? I don't know. Clark Caswell. Tej Aginla? I'm not sure. Is that Aginla's son? I think it is. Hang on, memory banks. I think it is his son, actually. Adam Jiricek, Caden Lidstrom, Ryder Ritchie. So we have a lot of medium top 6 guys out here. Any like elites? Unknown, Allsvenskan. I did not scout the Allsvenskan League. Maybe he's elite. That would be unfortunate. But no elites in the late first round because they're all actual prospects. Second round, what are we looking at? We have a gem here. Carter. We're just going to call him Carter. He's 2 years away. Medium top 4. Not a bad pick at all. 2 years away in the second round is pretty good. Then there's also Cedric Pittis, a grinder potentially. A shooting. 3 years away. Medium top 6. Okay. Kind of like that. We're probably, picking up somebody around here. So maybe we'll move up a little bit. Yeah, I think we'll probably move up a little. Don't have many, my scouts were not working here in the late second round. We do have a low top 6 player, but he's probably not going to grow very much. So maybe we will move up to try to take Cedric Pittis here, a center left winger. We could maybe use a little bit of help there. C- league, he had 31 points in 63 games. Not crazy. 3 years away. We could also move up for Justin Poirier. I believe the brother of Jeremy Poirier, but I don't actually know. Both came from the QMJHL, so it could be. Adam Jecko. So we can just go now and see 2 years away. Like, is everybody like 1 year away with X Factors? That would be crazy. 2 years. And remember, guys, it's not like NHL 23 where if they don't have X Factors, they're a total bust, because X Factors do matter for chemistry, but you can also grow them. So a guy, Henry Muse, the Ottawa 67's a legend. Offensive defenseman, Henry Muse. Cycle pinch. 1 year away. The problem is he's going at 21, and we don't really have the trade value to trade up that much, I don't think. But Henry Muse, whoever picks him up is going to be loving life. Consta Hellenius. I don't know. 1 year away, medium top 6, 2-way forward. Looks pretty good. Keep going here. We have 3 years away, 2 years away. Any other 1 year away guys? We're probably going to get into the NHL ready guys down here. Yeah, so all these guys, medium elites, actual prospects, they're all 1 year away. So there's no NHL ready players. So again, this draft class, not super strong. We do have Henry Muse, who is the most interesting to me, but I don't think we're going to be able to trade up for him. So maybe looking for somebody in the early second round, like this Carter Yakmachuk, or what was his name? Where is it? Oh yeah, Cedric Pittis or Carter Yakmachuk. Those are my top guys. But you let me know what you guys are thinking, because I always like to hear your opinions, obviously. And maybe we make a change. I mean, does Kyle Connor, after his lackluster performance in the playoffs, do we decide maybe it's time for you to go, Bella? Like, I don't know. No, that's probably too crazy, right? He's got 3 more years left on his deal. 7.145. Mark Scheifele, Jonas Brodin's here as well. Yeah. Okay. I mean, they're good. We have a good team. And Cole Perfetti has jumped up to an 85 overall. Look at that. That's why he wants 7.6. Oh, for 3 years, I can get him at 5.1. I'm going to do that right now, I think. I'm going to do that right now. Well, should I do it right now, though? Good Lord, I don't know. Because I don't want to make changes without your guys' permission, obviously. But if I can get him at 3 years, less than 5 mil, for an 85 overall center, that's worth it for sure. So I think I'm going to leave it here. We're going to leave it here where I ask you guys, do I sign Cole Perfetti to 3 years at like 4.5? What could I sign him for first? Let me check that. Yeah, so we might be able to sign him for like 3 years at 4.4 mil, something like that. So I'd be so willing to do that. Luckily, he has become a normal human, and he decides, maybe I'm not Superman out here. I can accept a bit less. So that's nice to see. All expiring. Who else is expiring? Jason Zucker's expiring. We won't bring him back. Nino Niederreiter is only an 82 overall. Wasn't he an 84 to start the year? For 1 year, we can get Nino Niederreiter back at like 2 mil. That would be huge, because he was a big playoff performer for us. I think that's a pretty good deal. David Gustafsson also we want to bring back. He was also a good playoff performer for us. 1.5, that's fine. But Cole Perfetti, the big one here, guys. Do we bring Cole Perfetti back 3 years, 4.5 mil? I think we do it. But I will leave this episode here. A disappointing run, really disappointing run. Out in the first round in 6 games to the Chicago Blackhawks. That's very unfortunate, but these are the ups and downs. This is what happens when you're in a small Canadian market, you get beat out by the Chicago Blackhawks. The refs calling too many penalties on us, not letting the boys play, and I am not happy with it. So changes will have to be made, signings will have to be done. We'll see in free agency who's available and things like that. But we don't have that much money. We only have like $8 million probably after we sign Cole Perfetti. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I always love hearing them and responding to you. I respond to every single comment down there. So like the video, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Peace out.